Let me start this video by telling you a little dirty secret about the layoffs. While every single company is saying that, hey, the layoffs are because of the market conditions and it has nothing to do with the performance of the employees, they are straight up lying. How in the world Google is able to fire only 10,000 employees among its 2 lakh employees if it is not considering performance as a metric, right? Is it just going and putting up lottery and saying that, hey, these are the 10,000 people who are coming out of lottery? Absolutely not. Probably Twitter did that, but rest of the companies did not do that. They are using performance as a benchmark to fire employees. In this video, we are going to talk through 7 things specifically which can help you to avoid being in that firing lane. Let's start with the simple first one, that is your manager. The senior leadership in your company doesn't know about you. Your manager is the communication point between you and your senior leadership. So whatever is the feedback that your manager is giving about you to the senior leadership, that is final. So please make sure that you are having a good relationship with your manager. I'm not saying that, hey, go marry your manager. I'm saying it's important to have at least a cordial relationship. And what is the more important part in this entire relationship? Your manager should know what is the good thing that you are doing at work on a day-to-day basis. And how can you do that? Schedule a 15-minute feedback conversation every single 15 days. And in that conversation, ask your manager, hey, what did I do well in the last 15 days? This is positive reinforcement. Don't ask about, hey, what did I do wrong? How did I improve? How do I need to improve? Don't ask those kind of questions. Ask about what are the things that I did well. Now, this is basically potentially helping your manager to think about the good things that you are doing. And when he is preparing or she is preparing that layoff list, your name might not come in there. The manager might be thinking, hey, this guy is doing a lot of good things at work. Now, the second thing you might say is, hey, my manager has nothing to do with the layoffs. My entire team is getting laid off. In that scenario, it is about your unique strengths. For example, let's say there is a team of 6 people, 1 front-end developer, 5 back-end developers, or 2 front-end developers, 4 back-end developers. And the manager is basically given the order to fire 1 employee from his team. Now, where will the manager go? Would the front-end developer, because there is only 1 or 2 employees, the project might be under pressure if the 1 or 2 front-end developers are fired. Rather, he or she would go to the back-end developers who are a lot more in numbers. So if you are a part of that herd expertise within your company, there are obviously higher chances that you will be in that firing lane. Develop that unique skill. It could be a combination, let's say front-end plus back-end, or it could be an addition to what you already know. Just a simple addition can basically build your case to a very strong level. So don't ignore that upskilling aspect, because that upskilling aspect will also help you in potentially finding another job. Now, the third thing that I want to highlight is about having a mentor. Well, it is not just about your manager. There are a lot of other people at work too. What you need to do is make sure you have 1 or 2 mentors in your company. Well, I am attaching a video over here. Please go check how to find a mentor in that video. The objective is pretty simple. There are few more people at work who are supporting you. At the end of the day, if they can't support you, they'll at least come and share that bad news with you much before what everybody else knows. So you are a little bit better prepared. Don't underestimate the role of a mentor in a corporate setup. The fourth thing that I want to highlight is the role of other teams in your company. If you have an opportunity to go and train a few other members in other teams, let's say a few freshers have joined other teams, go and share and probably do some trainings for those guys. Do some help with another project that another manager might be looking for. Now, why is this important? Simple. If the dependency on you is a lot more, then companies can't fire you. Imagine there are 2 people, 1 person working on only 1 project versus another person working on 2 to 3 projects, getting support from multiple mentors, multiple project managers. Who would the company most probably fire? Well, I'm generalizing a lot of things here, guys, but you need to understand that, hey, the probability is definitely higher for the person who is just working on 1 single project. So be in that other category. It is also helpful because if that negative news comes your way, you are going ahead and building that broader network within that company, and the other teams might be looking to hire employees, or they might have that broader network and they'll put you in touch with somebody else. So don't ignore these things at all. The next thing that I want to talk about is about, hey, are you making somebody else's life easier? Now, why is this important? If I'm a manager, I would love a team who makes my life easy. Wouldn't be the same for you? It would be. And how can you make your managers or anybody else's life easier? Number one is through proactive communication. If there is a deadline, communicate with your manager multiple times. Hey, this is the deadline. I'm here. I need these A, B, C, D, E support from you. There is nothing called as over communication in the corporate world. Please remember that. Go ahead and support and communicate as much as possible. The second thing in this is you need to go that extra mile. If you have to work for 3 to 4 hours extra, please go ahead. Unfortunately, the market is bad, so you need to put in that extra effort right now. It is better to work for those 3-4 hours extra compared to not having job at all. Now, managers or anybody else would also prefer to have employees who are making their lives easier. I would absolutely love to have those kind of employees on my team. Now, finally, the point that I want to highlight is it is not only about your present value for the company, it is also about the future value of the company. Now, what is this difference, the present value and future value? Well, company has identified certain problems and you are hired to fix those problems right now, or you are hired to maintain some things. But if you are somebody who can also basically come up with solutions to new problems, they would definitely not leave you. A problem solver mindset is more important than a problem identifier. Imagine you are going into a college mess and that college mess is not run properly. And while you come out, you will say bad things about that mess and you walk away. But if you take that extra step to go ahead, sit with that committee member who is running that mess and say, hey, these are the 3 improvements that you can make. Don't ignore the power of problem solving. Problem identifiers can only get up to a certain level, but problem solvers can actually run the race much faster. So develop that skill, problem solving versus problem identifying. If you have any questions regarding this particular skill, please do let me know in the comment section. I have made a few videos. Do let me know and I will share those links with you in the comments box. And finally, end of the day, if you do all these things and you still can't avoid that negative news, it's imperative for you to go into get into the market. And unfortunately, the market conditions are not good. So you might not even get to the job which is paying you the same salary as what you are getting now. And that's the reality. In that scenario, you need to compensate that difference. Hey, you are earning 40 lakhs now and your new job is only giving you 30 lakhs. You need to get that additional 10 lakhs somehow. And for that, you need to go and get that from secondary sources of income. And what are some of these secondary sources of income? If you know Python, if you know digital marketing, if you know front end, back end, or anything, go talk about it on LinkedIn. Coach 5 to 10 people for free. And then after the 10th person, start charging these people, let's say 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, whatever it is. But you need to build that additional sources of income. You can't depend on one source of income in a bad economy. Just like how you just can't depend on one team, as I'm saying, hey, spread your wings and work with multiple teams, you cannot depend on only one single source of income as well. I hope this video makes sense to you. Please go ahead, share it with your friends who might be worried a bit about, hey, all these layoffs and are getting stressed. This video might potentially help them. Take care, guys, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye-bye.